Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Today what we're going to do is a little bit of a combination video. It's a setup video, but it's more of a setup prep video. So yeah, let's get into it because this is gonna look and feel a little different. Basically what I'm doing is going through and reviewing all of my planners and journals that I've been using for the entire year. Why am I doing that? I do that at the end of every quarter. So this month, we are starting the month of June. I'm filming this, I think, the last day of May. We're starting the month of June. The new quarter starts in July of 2025. So I just wanted to come in and start taking a look at what's working for me and what isn't working for me. And I usually would have done this off camera, but I thought it would be interesting, or you might be interested in being a part of that process. So I just quickly threw on the camera. You see, nails unpainted and everything, girl. I just said, hey, they just might enjoy, hearing and seeing me walk through my process of reviewing my planners. And so that's what this is. So I just want to let you know up front, sometimes I'll be talking to you, and sometimes I'll probably just be rambling to myself about how my planner worked for me. The goal of this session for me is to have a list of things I need to add into my planner for the month of June, which is the last month of quarter two, which shouldn't be a lot. Decide which planners I'm going to keep for quarter three and what updates I need to make in those planners for the entire quarter. That is the purpose of this. So I have a piece of paper and I'm going to take notes. And again, I would be doing this even if the camera was not on. This is legitimately the process that I follow. So I just have some note paper here, and I'm going to make a couple of columns. The first column is going to be June 2025. That way I can make notes about anything I want to change for the month of June. And then the next column is going to be Q3 2025, and this way I can make notes about anything that I need to change for quarter three. And then the next column is 2026, because as you know, some of these planners, such as my budget planner, I actually sell those inserts on Etsy. So I've been going through and figuring out what pages I want to change, update, insert, whatever. And I'm still in that process. So if I see something as I'm updating for the quarters that I want to write down and track, I'll go ahead and write that down so that when I start working on 2026 planners, which will happen in Q3, and they'll end up going on sale, I think around Q4, I'll already have a list of that. So you'll see me taking notes on those things, and I'll just write the planner name off to the side. So let's get started. Let's start easy. This is not a planner. This is my work notebook. So we're going to look at planners, notebooks, and journals. This is my work notebook, you guys. It is I got it from Temu for like $8. It is a knockoff of the Hobonichi cousin, I think. It has worked perfectly. I use this as a daily because it is a daily. The pages are very thin, so it will last the entire year. Sometimes I just write a list. Other times I write meeting notes. It's worked perfectly. No changes to this one. So that's good. Nothing for June, nothing for Q3, and I hope to get another one coming in 2026. All right, the next planner that we're going to look at is my work planner. Now we're going to spend a little bit more time on this one. You guys already know how I set up my work planner. I use 2 sections per month, a content section and a scheduling section, and I have some pages in the front and some pages in the back. What I want to do here is, one, look and see what I need to update for June, and if there are any changes I'm going to make for Q3. So let's see. Let me look in June. I really have liked having a dated monthly. I really do like the monthly dashboard. I don't see any of that changing. I like the hourly for my blocking. I don't need any extra pages behind here. For June, we use the Catchall plan. I really do like that calendar. I like the weekly for the vertical. The only thing I find myself not necessarily liking is that the monthly starts on a Sunday. I really do everything starting on a Monday. And so I'm strongly contemplating switching to a Monday monthly calendar, which means I would probably end up printing my own inserts. Haven't made up my mind yet. If I do, that would probably be a 2026 change. We'll see. But for now, for June, I think everything looks good. I have my monthly dashboard in my content section, my weeks, content weeks, my pre-planning page, and a few notes pages. Okay. All right, this is looking good. I need to go ahead and take, from May, I had put these topic trackers in the month of May. They need to be moved to June because I'm actually going to start using them probably Q2. But I want to make sure that I have them in every month so that I don't forget that I've already printed them. Because well, I said June. I won't start using these until July. But I'm moving them with me every month because I don't want to have to reprint these in July. And I've already printed them. So save ink and paper wherever you can. Okay, so it looks like June is set up and ready to go. So I'm going to make a note on my little sheet here, work planner. Nothing for June. Q3 2025. Okay, what's going on for Q3? Let's talk about the visuals, the outside of this planner. Looking at the outside of this planner, I do like this cafe core cover. I love these like rose gold metal discs that I've put on here. I think it looks beautiful, but this cover just gives me a fall vibe. So I'm seriously thinking about changing out the cover to something that's a little bit more summery. But honestly, this also gives me a work vibe. So I'm back and forth. Should I change the cover or not? I really love the rings. I have an idea for some covers. I think for Q3, I'm going to put update cover and discs. Okay, I think I need to do that. And I think I'll bring this one back in Q4 because I really do like this. It just doesn't say summer to me. It definitely says more fall. So I think I'm gonna update the cover and discs and bring it back. See anything else I need to update in here? I'm just flipping through my pages up front to see what I need to update. I need to put these stickers with the other set of stickers. I don't know why I have stickers in two different places. I think this looks good. Let's see. Quarterly video planning. So for Q3, I need to update my quarterly content sheets. So I'm gonna make a note. So updating the quarterly content sheets, that means that will need to be printed. I paused my Patreon so I can leave that in here. This goes with Patreon, and then I have some action plan sheets. So I think just those quarterly content plan sheets will need to be replaced. As far as setting up my planner, I will need to pull my monthly from both my Catchall plan and my Work Plus Life. Now, my question is, am I still going to use the Work Plus Life dividers? I think so. I think if I go to a new cover, I might do new dividers if they fit. So I think the only thing I'll have to do here is add in Catchall plan vertical and add in Work Plus Life hourly, and then I'm gonna add a new dividers just in case. Okay, so this planner, I think I've done the review. I know what needs to happen for June. June is pretty much set up, and I know what needs to happen for July or Q3. So this one is done, ready to go. Let's take a look at my reading journal. So far, this is what we look like. We are now going to add reading journal here as the next entry. Okay, so what do I need to do for June? My reading journal is the one planner that I have set up for 6 months, actually. So in June, I already have my journal header stickers here ready to go. Have my divider. I have my monthly calendar. These are all inserts that are available in my reading planner. It'll be linked down below. I have my book championship. These weekly reading journaling pages come from Catchall plan. So they're all set up in here. My books to read is set up in here, and I have some notes pages. Okay, everything is set up. All right, so I think we're all ready to go for June. Most of these planners should be ready to go for June, but I just need to review them. I will say for Q3 2025, I think I'm going to make some changes. I saw the Happy Planner reading journal, and I liked it, but I like mine better. I did. There's no easy way to say that. But what I did like from their journal is on their monthly, they had a really neat goal tracker that was, you could track it using the stack of books. So I think for Q3, I would like to bring my monthly dashboard back. In one version of my reading planner, I used to have a monthly dashboard, and so I'm going to bring that back. And I did have a goal tracker in there. So for Q3, I'm going to add the monthly dashboard with a fun goals tracker. I think that's the biggest thing I'm going to add here. And I do need to print new journal dates. I think that's all I need to do to get ready for Q3. Other than I will need to print more book reviews and book trackers. So all right, this is what we're looking like so far. So for my reading journal, nothing I need to do for June, which is great, since June is literally like tomorrow. For Q3, I will need to print a monthly dashboard with a fun goals tracker. I already have a monthly dashboard in my reading planner that's on Etsy, so I may just be able to use that one, or I will craft another one. Print new journal dates, print book trackers and reviews. When I say book trackers, in the back of my reading journal, I track my reading on these reading wrap-up pages. So each quarter I print a new set because these will probably be used up by the end of the quarter. I hope they will be. And then I also do book reviews that I keep in the back of my planners. I actually have 2 formats, and so I will print some more of those going into Q3. That's what I mean by that. Otherwise, this planner is great. It has worked really, really well for me. I'm super excited to continue using it. And yeah, this has just been a great journal. So one thing you're also going to see me do in this video, guys, excuse me, but I'm going to take a disinfectant wipe and wipe down all of my journal covers just to give them a little bit of a freshen up, remove the fingerprints and all that good stuff. I didn't do it on that cafe core because, you know, I'm scared to put something on that. But either way, I'll just kind of do my wipe up. So this is how I try to keep everything neat and ready to go. Okay, so we'll put this to the side because we'll use that again. All right, so reading journal is good. The next planner is my mental health journal. This is a new entry to my lineup. I bought Catchall plans. I did a haul on this, a haul and a setup, I think, or maybe just a haul. But nothing really is changing here. I'm just now starting to use this. I haven't even finished filling out any of my goals. I did add my goal planning into this journal, which this journal really didn't include great goal planning, if you ask me. It had I think it had 1 page where you list your goals, and then that's pretty much it. I think in your check-ins, no, I think that's pretty much it. So what I like about this is that I took these goal planning sheets out of Catchall Plans Goals Planner, which I have and wasn't using. And so I thought it'd be a great place to use these. And I put these in here for my goals. So that is, you know, I don't need to put any more for June or for Q3. All my check-ins are here. Like I said, this is not a planner that I necessarily will share online. I'm just doing it as part of my review. But this one is ready to be used. I did take some time and color this in. I used acrylic markers if you're interested. But this one is just going to use right out the box. There's not going to be many changes I make to this. This one is good to go, I think, for the quarter and 2026. So no changes there. All right, this is where we are. Okay, let's move forward. Okay, so we have my Catchall, which is using the new parenting layout. Let's talk about that one. So let's look at June 26th, because I think I'm gonna have a lot to do for June. This planner is set up by sections because it's a catch-all. So you see the sections at the top. I have projects and plans. My calendar is behind that, so the monthlies are behind that. Wellness, leisure, goals, souls is like mental, not mental, but like well-being, basically. No, it's like memory keeping. That's it. We'll look and see. And then planner joy. Okay, so those are the sections. And my front section is just my perpetual calendar. It's not perpetual, but whatever they call that. My projects and planning page section. Dividers are still looking good. No changes there. These are my pre-planning sheets and my decorative planning sheets. They are all looking good for the month of June. So in Q3, I am going to have to update my pre-planning section. good for June, but Q3 will need to be updated. That pre-planning section. Okay, so month of June is already set up. I don't have anything I need to do for June because I had to redate this, so I've pretty much already set this up. July will be the first month that I use this planner with it being labeled, so this is good. Nothing to do here for June. For Q3, I do need to add in August and September months. That's what I need to do for Q3 because it just goes through July for now. The reason it goes through July, if you guys didn't know, this was a part of Happy Planner spring release. In their spring release, most of the planners, most of your dated planners are 12 months from July to June of the next year. So technically this planner started July 2025. I took May and June from the back of the planner from 2026, moved it to the front and redated it. So I ended up with May, June, and July as my 3-month period. But once the quarter is over at the end of June, I'll take out May and June and put in August and September, and that'll give me the full quarter. All right, in wellness, this is where I do well-being, and this is where I have been trying to keep up with my fitness for the most part. It hasn't been going well. If you've seen my planning, you know, in general, I've been struggling with well-being, and it just hasn't been going well. I already have a list of things that need to be updated for Q3, probably. Some of these I've already made, others I have not. So I don't know. I really do not know what I'm going to do with this. It's been a struggle. I have an idea. The idea I have is I'm going to try this for the month of June. I'm going to put in a 30-day calendar. So something that looks like, let's see if I can find one. Something that looks like this. I did it for a month of May. It didn't work out for May. I did this for my faith section in May. But something that looks like this, and I'm going to come in, I'm going to put one for June in my well-being section. And I'm going to come in, and if I don't do anything related to well-being, I'm going to journal on that day using the monthly. And I feel like that will help prevent me from being overwhelmed. If I do something that day, I'm still going to journal. But just having this really small box to journal, I think that'll get me in the habit of doing things and journaling about them. And then I can move on to some of the more complex trackers that I have. So baby steps, that's I think my triage for getting me into more well-being. Baby steps. So for June, I am going to add a monthly calendar. I've actually already printed it. I just need to cut and punch it. So this is going to be to wellness. I'm going to add that. And I'm going to leave the rest the same and just hope I start using it. For leisure and explorer, everything is looking good. I don't see where there's anything I need to change for June. I do need to, for Q3, consolidate some of my extra pages and transition those to the summer season. So nothing for June, but for Q3, I need to do, so I need to update my specialty pages. For summer. And again, what I mean by specialty pages is, now this is a 2025 bucket list, so that's fine. My 2025 wish list, that's fine. 2025 wardrobe refresh, that's fine. That's for the whole year. But this wish list and this first wish list, I can combine those together. In fact, let me just go ahead and put them close together. because they need to be combined, right? And then my 2025 spring goals, I need to probably take this out, store it, and do one for the summer. And I might even do a summer bucket list. I don't know. But same for spring cleaning. Take this out, do one for the summer. Travel plans, I need to store that. That's for an older vacation. I just love the page I created, so I didn't want to get rid of it. And then these are travel pages I need if I have upcoming travel, so they stay. But that's what I mean by update my specialty sheets. In my goals section, I am going to change this out for June and for Q3. I am using the Catchall Plan Goals Planner. I thought it would work really, really well. And it might, but I think I'm going to go with the Happy Planner Goals Journal. I got one on clearance, and right now I think that's what I'm going to use in this planner. And I'm going to save these goals for my mental health planner and have these be a part of my mental health journey. So basically, these goals are going to all be related to mental health. So I need to move this to the mental health planner here, right? So they'll just kind of beef up this section a little bit better. So that's something I need to do in June. And I'll show you the Happy Planner because I just bought this actually. So hold on just a minute. So, okay, I got this on a deep clearance on Happy Planner's clearance sale. And I went through it, and I really like the way it's set up. I think it's set up for 4 months. So I like the way this is set up. And so I don't know if I like that I have one per day. So I will not come in here every day and write down this reflection. That ain't happening. But I can definitely, when that happens, I usually try and do it twice per week. So I'll put like 10 in there. And that just extends my planner, so I'm good with that. But I like how at the end of the week, it has a reflection here and you're checking in with what you're doing. So I think I like this layout a little bit better for my main goals. So that's why I'm going to make that switch. So for my catch-all, for June, I need to remove goals, add Happy Planner goals. Okay. Then soul is all about memory keeping and faith. So I need to update my calendar. So we need to, for June, we need to add the June calendar. I've already printed it out. I have faith goals and intentions for the year. This is basically the Live Love Posh faith insert. I just did a little bit of customization to make it more non-denominational and less focused on just the Bible as a reading source. So any content that you consume, doing spiritual study about that. And so I've added those to my faith. These are not for sale anywhere because this is, again, basically the structure of Live Love Posh's. So it would not be right for me to try to sell this. I just customized this to work for me. And then I do memory keeping. My memory keeping is from Lights Planner Action, and it is done by season. So I do need to, for June, because this I think goes through May. So for June, I need to, which is really kind of Q3, but I need to do it in June. I need to update LPA memory keeping, and that is a new printable. Okay, So nothing for Q3 though here. And then in my Planner Joy section, I still have my vacation plans, which I still need to do. But I am switching this out to a planner review for the month of June. So we're going to run out of room just a little bit. We're going to do Planner Joy, Planner Review. Okay, so that is what I need to do to get it set up for June and Q3. 2026 is like a NA, you know, this is so far I don't have anything that I'm going to change for 2026 in here. So as of this moment, I don't need to write anything down. But these are the updates that I need to make in my catch-all for June and for Q3. As far as the outside, I really love this cover still. I love these discs, this kind of really pale gold. I just think it still goes very, very well. Just absolutely adore it. I just don't see myself changing this. It still gives me nice summery vibes. So yeah, we're gonna keep this one. If I run across a nice cover, like I could see this going well with like a cream cover or a peach cover. So if I run across that anywhere, I might do that and put like a vegan leather cream or peach cover, but maybe not, just depends, because this planner is getting kind of thick, so it may not be able to even sustain another cover. But anyway, this is my catch-all. Okay, let's take a look at where we are. So lots of changes to the catch-all planner. I am going to highlight the Lights Planner Action Memory Keeping because that's something that I do need to print, and I haven't printed it yet. So also the Planner Joy Planner Review needs to be printed. Well, that needs to be created and printed. But this is where we are. So far, most changes to my catch-all. And that makes sense because I just got the catch-all. They're not really changes. It's just getting it set up for the next quarter. Okay, we're going to move this over and keep going. All right, this is my project planner. I won't get into this too much. Just know that, because I don't show this one on this channel, but I bought this in the spring collection for Happy Planner, and so again, it doesn't start until officially start until July. So what I did was I came in and I used their I took from another planner, an older planner I had, and I took May and June of 2025 right here. I took May and June of 2025, and so I'm just going to use that through June, and then in July this planner will start its own, you know, it'll officially start basically, and I'll start using the inserts that came with the planner. This is another planner that I set up 6 months at a time, because I don't do too much in here, but I do set it up 6 months at a time. So when I set this up for Q3, it'll be for the rest of the year. I don't have any pages in the front that I need to update. So we are really good to go for my project planner. I'm going to turn my note page over and do some relabeling on the columns so that we can keep going. June 2025, Q3 25, and 26. So nothing for June, nothing for Q3. Well, that's not true. I need to add 6 months of inserts. Okay, so that one is done pretty quick. Let's take a minute before getting into my budget planner and talk about some of my journals, because I never really show these. My journals to me are fairly personal, so I don't really share them, but I do keep journals. They are usually bound. I have shared the Hemlock and Oak Goals journal, and we'll talk about that one, but they are bound dot grid journals. I keep one that wasn't that smooth. I intended to do it like this. See how smooth that was? Yeah, it didn't happen that way. I keep a personal journal. This was intended to be kind of like a junk journal, but it hasn't turned into that, but I do still keep it as a personal journal. I love this. I got it from Amazon. It is, y'all, it's the same quality as like a $50 Archer and Olive type bullet journal. It really is. I think I paid like $18 for it. You can always find something similar quality at an affordable price if you just look for it. But I will link some of these down below. Anything that I've shown today that I can link down below, I will if it's still available. So I have a personal journal, project journal, and then goals kind of journal. These are going to go really quick. I actually don't even really need to write these down. In my personal journal, I keep these every month. And I was seriously considering, because I had so much going on, I was seriously considering letting my personal journal go into hibernation after the month of May. I think I have changed my mind, and I'm going to keep up with it because I have enjoyed it, and I did a personal journal for the entire year last year, and it's so nice to be able to look back at it. So I think I'm going to still do that. But this one, guys, this one was about to be gone just because I have so much going on, but I think it's still going to be useful for me. And the way I decorate these is I do it by week, so that it's a little bit more, I didn't do much in May, but anyway, so that it's a little bit more achievable for me. It's not so overwhelming. So I do a layout for May, and then I set up a double page spread for each week. So I don't do it per day, right? Per day would be too much. I would never keep up with it. Weekly is perfect for me. So each week I have a spread. And I'm actually not that far behind. I will go back and journal in May 19th, and because we're in the week of May 26th now, so I'm not that far behind at all. I usually do retrospective journaling, so I journal at the end of the week and talk about what happened during that week. And so then at the end of the month, this is where I do currentlies. You've probably noticed that I don't do currentlies in my planners. I think it's a waste of space. I'm sorry for those of you who love currentlies. I just think it's a waste of space in these happy planners, and then where they have it located in the happy planners makes no damn sense to me. So I don't even fool with it, if I'm being honest with you. But I do like the concept of currentlies, and I've chosen to use currentlies in my journal. So at the end of the month, instead of like summarizing the month, the end of each month wraps up with a currently page. What was I reading during that month? Did I travel? What was I shopping for? Things like that. That's how I use my currentlies. So I think I'm going to keep that in there. No changes. But this one was almost gone, y'all, just because I just wasn't having the time to keep up with it. Okay, this is the journal I've been keeping. It's kind of thicker, as you can see. Again, bought it from Amazon. These pages in here are absolutely lovely. They are so thick. They come with a pocket. Just lovely. Just a lovely, lovely book. The good thing about this journal is that it will be over the end of June. This journal went from June of 2024, and it's going to end the end of June 2025. So this one will come out of my lineup. But I did the same approach. I would decorate the month, and then each week has a double page layout, and I would come in here and journal. Except this time I do a month in review. I don't do it currently. And then I do a month in review. And I've already set up June because June is going to be the last month for this journal. And so I haven't set up the weeks yet. So this has been a great experience keeping this journal, but it is coming out of the rotation. So this one will be gone. Hemlock and Oak. Guys, I got sad news. I just don't see myself keeping up with this journal. The beginning of May was the last time I really worked in this journal. And I'm so heartbroken because I was doing so well, as you can see. I really was. But I was dedicating this to my goals. And I liked it. I really, really liked it, guys. I really, really did. But I had too many separate places I was trying to keep my goals, and none of my goals were getting accomplished. And I was like, wait, I gotta get this fixed. And so what I ended up doing was putting my goals into my catch-all, because I do reference that planner a lot more, and I think that's going to really help. I really, really do. And then things like my mental health goals, I'm just keeping those separate in my mental health planner. That meant this planner became a little bit obsolete, because that's what I was using it for. I was using it to track my goals. So instead of trying to force it, for now, I'm going to take it out of rotation. If I can find some other way to use it later on in the year, I will. But as much as I love this, because I love Hemlock and Oak, they are quality, high quality. I love their goals set up in the beginning. It's just beautiful. It's just not fitting into my lineup right now. One thing I might do for 2026 is I might just take their free inserts, because they offer their inserts for free, and just print those and make it disc bound. Okay, finally, because this is a long video. If I didn't say it was going to be a long video, I hope you figured that out. But it is, because, you know, we're going through planning and setups and stuff. So we are now looking at my budget planner. My little wipe is just about dry. But it's still working. Okay. So this is my budget planner. Let's take a look at what changes I need to make. Now, I have a long list of changes for 2026, so we probably won't get into that. Love the cover. This will definitely stay for June. I believe it's also going to stay through Q3, because it is very summery. However, I definitely will be changing it in Q4. But in Q4, I will roll out my 2026 budget planner, so it'll all work together. Let's look at my pages in the front. I don't think I have anything to change for June in the front. Things look really good. I'm not short on any pages, so I think June is looking great. June is already here. I'm already using June, as you can see. Well, not using it, I've already set it up. So I think my June stuff was good to go. I don't think I was missing anything in June. So I think June is good to go in budget. Changes I want to make for Q3. So I was thinking about making changes to my dashboard for Q3, but as I look at this, I think I'm good with it. I think I'm going to leave it as is. I really do like this long to-do page, and I do like the goals set up. So I don't anticipate any changes here for Q3 in this goals section. I just don't. I do think for Q3, I am going to keep testing. Let's see if I can find it. My monthly cash flow. You see what comes with the planner currently is the 4-week cash flow. In May, I rolled out as a test the 2-week cash flow in case you get paid bi-monthly or every 2 weeks. And so I'm gonna move this to June actually, because that's the template that I use. But I think I am going to keep testing this for June before making up, or in July actually, before making up my mind on whether or not I'm going to roll it out in 2026. So no real changes for June in my budget, but Q3 I am going to test the new cash flow sheet. Nothing that came up this past month that I want to jot down for 2026. Like I said, I have a laundry list of changes for 2026, so I'm definitely not missing anything, but nothing that is speaking to me right now about my changes. So I think this one is pretty good. I think I'm pretty good on my challenges for June, enough to get me through the month of June. I'm good on my notes pages. Let's see what else. I am good on my stickers, bill pay stickers. I'm good on all that. So I think we're pretty good for budgeting for month of June and going into Q3. So let me just make sure that this makes sense, not just to you guys, but to me, because this is 100% what I use to set up my planners. So my work planner, everything is going good in June. I'm so tempted to change that cafe core because I want to go to a nice, fun, bright cover right away. But I think I'm going to hold out until Q3. And then I need to update the cover, quarterly contents, Kettlebell Plan Vertical, Work Plus Life Hourly, and add in the new dividers. Okay, those are basic things. Not changing my layout or my setup. I just need to add it for Q3. Reading journal, everything looks good in June. I want to add in a monthly dashboard. Let me highlight that because that's something that does need to be printed, maybe created. Print new journal dates, print book trackers and reviews, same. So nothing's really changing to my layout or my setup. I just need to add in my inserts. Mental health is a new planner. It's working. Haven't started it yet. I'm going to start it in June and it looks like it's going to work fine. Catchall, I do have some changes, some inserts I need to add. I need to add in my monthly wellness and fitness. I need to do my planner joy. I need to update my memory keeping. I need to update my goals section. And then for Q3, I need to make sure my pre-planning section is updated, add in the August and September months, and update my specialty pages. Looks good. Budget planner, no changes for June. For Q3, I just need to make sure I add in, this is project, no changes for June. For Q3, add in 6 months of inserts. Budget, no changes for June. I just need to keep testing that new cash flow sheet for Q3. So looks good. I think I am ready to go. What I will do next is use this page. I won't do it on camera because we're already approaching an hour for this video. So what I will do next is take those notes and basically create a to-do list. So I'll review the notes and everything that is going to require me to take extra steps, such as create and print my planner joy pages, that will turn into a to-do list for me. So I would come in here and do create and print June planner joy. Right? So now it's turning into a to-do list. And that's what I would do. Same thing for my memory keeping, same thing for my monthly dashboard. And then the final to do is to start printing all of these inserts for each planner that is going to get new inserts for the quarter, because the printing and cutting takes a long time. So I try not to save that to the very end. But that's how I set up my to-do list. So for example, the next thing would be print LPA memory keeping. Which I don't have to design. I bought these. I love them. And so I just print them each season. And then create and print monthly reading dashboard. I have to say, I am so pleased that I don't have a ton of things I have to create for Q3, because that takes a long time. Right? And then I know I said I wasn't going to do this on camera, but it was going to be quick. So then the next thing is, and this is what's going to take a long time, print and cut all Q3 inserts. As needed. And I think I'm going to have to, actually, should have put this first because I'm going to have to order paper. Because I don't think I have enough paper to print all the inserts. Okay. So, guys, that is it. I know this was a little bit of a different video. There was no decorating in here, but there was definitely planning. Planning can look 100 different ways depending on what you need to accomplish. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to film this video and really just share that with you. The way I use my planners, the way I sit down at my desk and I actually take time to plan, to do things, to plan my tasks, plan my actions. You know, how is this note-taking, review and note-taking moment going to translate into my planner? My to-do lists are going to show up in my catch-all planners, in my schedule planners, in my work planners, because these are going to be things I'm going to have to spread out throughout the month of June to help me prepare for Q3. So now I know what those tasks and activities are and what they relate to, so that when I'm doing my weekly spreads and I'm writing things down, I'm just not writing random things down. Right? I've figured out what I need to accomplish for that time period and I'm putting it on my schedule. This is what planning looks and feels like to me. And so I just really wanted to share that with you. Like I said, it's just a peek into a little bit of the planning that I do. Probably later this afternoon, this same day, off camera, I'm going to update my budget from my vacation. I'm going to update my reading planner because it's the end of the month. So I think this month I didn't film my reading planner, which is fine. But I do need to go in, and even though I don't film it, I still need to plan, which means I need to set up my reading planner for the month of June. Right? It is not set up. So I need to set up my reading planner, put in my book releases, put in the books I read for May. You know, that's planning, right? And most of it for me happens off camera. So when I was trying to figure out what I wanted to show you today, I thought this would be a good thing to show you. Instead of showing you another haul, which I do have and I could do, instead of showing another Amazon haul or Happy Planner haul, I decided to show you, you know, how I plan and plan my setups, basically. So I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Happy planning.